is Relax Teams. This is Team Central Jersey. We meet every Wednesday, 8 a.m. Everyone is encouraged. We encourage guests to come and visit. Feel free to meet the team, decide if you want to become part of the team. All you need to do is go to Relax Teams CNJ, Central New Jersey slash or Relax Team slash CNJ, and you can click the button to join the live stream, the Zoom meeting right there at that spot. Today's featured speaker is going to be Lance Dunn. So before we kick that off, I wanted to see if there's any testimonials. I think, Paul, you mentioned you have a testimonial for someone?
Yep. Actually, it's kind of a 3-for-1. So last week on Friday, Denel invited me to her booth at another member's virtual trade show. Chris Lipper is a trade show. And, so I attended, and it was a unique experience. If nobody has done that before, it's free to attend the next time he talks about that or sends out emails and things. But it was great to see Denel both virtually and kind of in person. It's kind of difficult to describe until you've seen it, but if you've been there, you go, oh yeah, I know exactly what that means. So that was great, and put a testimony out for Denel before on the website, and she's just full of great knowledge and knows what she's doing, and I think everybody should connect with her. So if you haven't had a one-to-one, I recommend that you do that. So I got Chris, I got Denel, and then an apology goes out to you, Dennis, because I know you were actually speaking there, but at that point in the day, my schedule, I just couldn't make it.
No issues. No issues at all. And I wanted to say, Denel, I mean, just the energy she brought with her presentation, you could see it throughout the trade show on both sides. So it was definitely an energetic, great presentation. So it was very excellent. And with that, we will turn over. It is 8:05. I will give it to 8:05. So you have until 8:15, Lance. The floor is yours.
All right, cool. I'd like to just do a quick screen share. You can give me access to that.
You should be able to.
All right.
It's usually set up as default.
Oh, let me see.
Yep, all participants can share screen.
Video settings. Actually, full screen. Share screen. There it is. How's that?
Now we're starting to see it.
All right. So I just wanted to kind of do a compare and contrast on what was happening years ago in real estate and where we're at right now, because I get a lot of questions. I specialize in residential real estate, and people are always wondering what the heck is going on. And over the last couple of years, we did have a lot of effects from COVID and what that did to pricing and demand on real estate. So what's been going on generally, I would say, was a mass exodus from urban areas, but that effect has been tailing off. Historic low in interest rates, which has incentivized buyers to come out of the woodwork and start searching for homes to purchase. And nationally, there's also been a massive undersupply in new construction. So where does that bring us? 2008 to now, because sometimes people are wondering, now that we've got some underlying issues going on with the economy and people are wondering, is a recession going to be coming and what's that going to do to real estate? So back in 2008, we had a lot of loose lending practices at that point. So people were really, all you need to do was fog a mirror to be able to get a mortgage. Contrast that with now, a lot of sound lending practices have been in place. So that actually sets up a better bedrock moving forward in any kind of price adjustments with real estate. Supply and demand. So what was happening back in 2000, the run up to 2008 was that, there was actually enough supply at that point. What we've got now is not enough supply. So another part of the reason why prices have been going up is really a simple supply and demand issue. So when you think about lending practices, which I mentioned before, this is a pretty good indicator of how much you needed to do to be able to get a mortgage. There was tons of market product risk, borrower risk back in 99 to 2008. You can see right where it drops off. And then moving forward, everything became a heck of a lot more safer once the government imposed new standards and things like that on lending. Here's another one. You barely even needed to have a 620 credit score up until 2007 to get a mortgage. And then boom, as soon as the bottom fell out of the banking industry, everybody tightened up and it was a lot more difficult to get a mortgage. So the point of all that being that people who have mortgages have been getting mortgages since 2008 and forward have much more secure, sound, less risky mortgages. So I don't see any fallout from foreclosures going forward. This was a pretty good chart, which I had been searching for a long time, and I found it with the Auto Group, a marketing market update seminar that I attend twice a year. So 2006 and 2007, you can see right after that, the bottom fell out, and 2012 was pretty much the bottom for New Jersey. Now this chart goes into 2019. So you can see as of 2019, we didn't even get back to where we were in 2007. We were only at 97% of prices from 2006. Okay. So that's how long it took us to crawl back to almost to the same point on pricing. The rest of the country did a heck of a lot better than New Jersey. So New Jersey data, this is where we are now, 2019, 2020 and 2021. So you can see for single family homes, this chart right here, the 15%, that's just for the single families, not townhouses and condos. We had a 15% appreciation for 2020 and 14.5% for 2021. Those are ridiculous numbers. I don't want to, this year to date for April, I don't want to put too much focus on that because there's a lot of seasonality. These numbers are rolled up to full year averages. So this year to date, April is only 4 months worth of data, but April 2022 is up 8.4% year over year. So that's a better number. So let's see what that does to. So these are some of the areas that I focus on in my central. I have a few different counties in central Jersey that I do, but I'm for time purposes, I'm just going to show you a couple of them. For single family homes, if we look at this state was at the bottom of 2012, we were at 405,000 average for single family in 2011. We rode along that bottom. As a matter of fact, 2015 was the actual bottom for Hunterdon County. Rode along the bottom, and it wasn't until 2020 where those prices kicked up. So if you bought a house back in 2007, you're not seeing any kind of real nice appreciation until 2020. It's a long time. Somerset County was similar, but a little bit better. So 467,000 in 2011, and then 2019 they were 475. So only $8,000 difference between 2011 and 2019, and then boom, you see 14.5% appreciation in 2021. So what's ahead? Home price forecast. People are wondering, is the bottom going to fall out in prices? Everything that I've seen in the research I'm doing and my gut instinct is that no, I foresee more price increases, although a lot more moderated. So these are forecasts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different places: Mortgage Bankers Association, National Association of Realtors, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mac. Average price forecast for 2022 is 9%. I think that might be a little bit aggressive, but again, nobody's predicting a decrease in prices for 2022 for this year. Going forward for the next few years, the predictions are still more appreciation, albeit at a much more tempered rate. Okay. So what happens if or when the United States goes into a recession? What is that going to do to home prices? Now, this chart shows what happened during the last 5 recessions to home prices. And you can see 3 of the last 5 actually had price appreciation through those times. In the 1991, it was 1.9% depreciation. And 2008, I'm sure we can all agree that 2008 was a huge anomaly as far as recessions were concerned compared. So going forward, if a recession happens or when it happens, is that going to cause housing prices to go down? Possibly. But the data shows that there's a better chance of continued appreciation through those times. What about people who were in forbearance through COVID, lost their jobs, or were, temporarily out of work? These are forbearance were the people who had applied for some sort of program to either put their payments on pause or restructure somehow. May 2020, that was 4.676 million. And we're all the way down to less than 1 million on people who were in forbearance through the whole COVID situation. Another question that people are always wondering about is mortgage payments. So this is a pretty good chart of if you were trying to purchase a house and you were going to acquire a loan of $300,000 in January 2021, when rates were at 2.73%, your monthly payment would have been about $1,200. Going forward right now, like looking at October 2022, if the rates are 5.5%, you're looking at almost $500 more in the monthly payment for the same exact mortgage. So that's what interest rates are doing. So what that means is that it puts downward pressure on buyers' ability to purchase homes. So in effect, what they usually do is either they adjust the type of house that they're looking for, or they pull themselves off of the market altogether. So what's happening now? Like, feet on the street, me being out there showing buyers houses and listing houses. A few months ago, competition was such that in a hot area, you had a 30-to-1 ratio. Like if you were offering for a buyer, if you were a listing agent, when you had the house hit the market, by the time the weekend was done, if it was a great house and priced right, you had like 30 offers. That's it's not a thing anymore. It's more like 4 or 5 offers per property. So buyers are kind of at their financial limit and they're starting to pull back, and more sellers are going to come to the market. So I'm seeing an evening out of the buyer to seller ratios. Advantages will still be in the seller's court, but not as much, which means that sellers will have less pick of the litter. So if you have 30 buyers offering on your house, you get to pick whoever you want. With only 4 or 5, you get less to choose from, obviously. So the greedy sellers who were listening with pie in the high sky prices, it's not going to work anymore. Buyers have become more sensitive to that and aren't going to tolerate it in the same way. Sellers are going to have to start dealing with home inspection issues. When buyers are competing against 29 other ones, they got to throw caution to the wind and say, I'm not going to do any inspections on your house. Well, that's going to go away. So sellers are going to have to start dealing with home inspection issues. Appraisal issues is another thing that people had been wondering about. Appraisal issues with prices starting to even out a little bit. Appraisal issues will become less common. I think I'm right at the 10-minute mark. So that brings me to Q&As. Anybody have any questions?
I was going to say my big question. Okay, good.
What happens when the house doesn't appraise?
There's a couple different scenarios. So in this market, in a balanced market where there's an evening of advantage from buyers and the buyer to seller side. In a regular market, if a house underappraises, there's 3 things that you can do. I'm going to actually stop sharing. Let's just say the contract price is $510,000 and the appraisal comes back at $500,000. There's a choice that the buyers and sellers have to make. Either the seller lowers the contract price to $500,000, the buyer comes out of pocket for the $10,000 to cover that gap, or they can kind of meet somewhere in the middle where the buyers will say, I'll come up with $5,000 and I'll pay $405,000 if you're willing to reduce the contract price. $505,000 if you reduce the contract price to $505,000, and we'll both split the difference. The reason for that is the lenders only lend to the contract price or the appraised value, whichever number is lower. So that's why if the appraisal comes back lower than the contract price, then some kind of decision needs to be made. Now, with the exuberance that we've been experiencing, buyers knew that appraisers were going to be a little bit of an issue to deal with. So they were saying, if an appraisal issue comes up, I'm going to cover it out of pocket. So that scenario is going to go away. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what about in a normal market? I mean, or historically, do the sellers tend to lower the price, or what's generally, like, what percentage-wise, what generally tends to happen?
Generally speaking, the sellers do not want to adjust the price. However, the agents usually have a conversation because the majority of times, if a seller is willing, kills the deal based on that situation, it's extremely difficult to get another buyer back on the hook who's willing to pay as much or more as your first buyer. Usually the first buyer you get on a property is almost always the best one, who's willing to pay the most amount of money for it. So usually sometimes we're saying to the seller, yeah, I understand that you don't want to reduce the contract price by $10,000. However, there's a chance that if we go back out to the market and try and find another buyer, we may not find somebody who's willing to pay that much. We might find somebody whose offer is only $20,000 less than we're at right now. So you might be, even though you're having a hard pill to swallow of the $10,000, it may cost you more in the long run. So usually we try and keep the deal together if we can, because we know that the situation of having to deal with another buyer could be a lot worse, and it usually is.
Thank you.
Yep.
And then Lance, the big question I always have is what factors in when the taxes start to increase and the town taxes start to increase on that?
That's a tough one, because it's not, it's something that we can have a conversation with our buyers up front. But right now, buyers are like, I'll deal with that when it happens. It's a tough thing to do, because you can try and figure out as much as you can about it. Like, you can talk to the tax assessor, you can go to the town. If my taxes or my purchase price is this amount, what are my taxes going to go up to? If you can get them to help you out on that number, then you'll have a better idea going forward. It's not going to affect your mortgage, because the mortgage is put together based on the current taxes, not future taxes. The challenge is that to do that research, if you want to go to the town and figure all that out, by the time you've done your research, some other buyer has already locked up the house, and you don't have a chance.
Oh no, I didn't mean on the existing buyer. I meant that's the one factor on the downward pressure on the prices that will be unique in this market versus the 2008 market.
Yeah, it'll be tough for the people who are at their limit on their purchase price, because they have less room to work with. Their debt to income ratios are going to be adjusted based on their new amounts that they're paying in taxes. So they might feel a lot more of a pinch, as opposed to the other buyers who weren't necessarily going to their absolute limit. I think it's going to be kind of a case by case scenario. Each buyer is going to have to deal with it. And how much the taxes are going to go up. I don't know. I mean, from a tax side, did you have any ideas?
I meant more on the. I think that you're going to see a squeeze on the local municipalities, and they're going to have no choice but to raise rates.
Oh yeah. I definitely feel like that's because prices are increasing for consumers. They're increasing for the towns as well. So they got to get that extra revenue in somehow. So they're going to have to do it through increases in taxes.
Excellent. Well, great job. Very nice. Always insightful, sir. Always take it to a different level, and always have a ton of value. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Excellent. So with that, we'll start going through and describe with everyone on the team. I'll kick it off. My name is Dennis Harabin, and I am the founder of Relax Tax. What Relax Tax does is we specialize and we obsess with helping people to retain more of what they earn so that they can pursue their passion. And what we mean by that is not wasting money on taxes in areas that you don't need to. And a lot of times it's not just the taxes. So we take a really holistic approach, whether it's a small business owner and we look to go out and get tax credits that will dramatically increase what you have to pay, or whether it's on your individual. Taxes never happen in a vacuum. You have tax, insurance, and debt is a big lever on a business and or on an individual. We take that entire picture, and then we also try to help you earn more. And that's what Relax Teams is all about. It's not just about what you earn, it's about what you retain. Next up, we have Desirae.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Desirae Haluk, and I'm the owner of a digital marketing agency called Clarence Services. And we teach our clients that you don't have to boil the ocean to have an effective growth plan for your small business. We help our clients with anything from content marketing, like social media, blogging, videos, and email marketing. And we also do fractional CMO services for those who cannot afford to have a full-time leader on their team. And you can check out our 5-minute marketing with Clarence series on YouTube, and our website is clarenceservices.com. Next up is Relax Social.
All right. See if this will work or not.
Managing your own social media accounts can be a total pain. It's time-consuming, distracting, and if you're not really good at it, It could ruin your reputation. Relax Social Media takes the stress off your shoulders and lets you focus on what your business does best. We ease your workload by providing high-quality social media management services at an affordable price. Our all-in-one proprietary software streamlines and automates your process. We help you reach your audience with strategies that work to make sure your posts are receiving the engagement they deserve. And you can get all of this in our Platform Plus package, starting at just $99 a month without any contracts. So relax. Stop doing things manually. Start today.
Next up, we have Paul.
All right. Thanks, Dennis. Paul Taubman from Digital Maestro. We're a website agency here in Somerville, New Jersey, helping small businesses get the visibility that they need. Previously, I've talked about a lot of things like Google Business Profile or Google My Business, where you can get found that way. We talked about search engine optimization so that you can get found in the search engines as well. Talked about content marketing and using content on your website and your blog to help get more visibility. We help our clients do all of that and even more. So if you know somebody or perhaps yourself who's looking to get more visible online, give us a call. Paul Taubman at Digital Maestro, where we harmonize your online strategy. Next up, Jake. No star.
George isn't here today. Denel.
Hello, I'm Denel Bingel from Upbeat Dance and Fitness, which is a fun and supportive, mostly online fitness community. We help busy people who are juggling lots of priorities. Sorry, my dog is trying to help me. Juggling lots of priorities, and who might be able to use a little help with their nutrition and exercise habits. So if you know anyone who might be struggling in this area, you know that changing behavior is hard and non-judgmental accountability is essential for long-term success. So send them to us so we can help them create the lifestyle that they want for themselves and their family. Denel Bingel, Upbeat Dance and Fitness. And it looks like Relax Benefits is next.
Candido, you want to take that, sir?
Of course, Relax Benefit is a serum of relaxed tax that help business owners to not only help on increase employee retention and loyalty, but also help them find ways that they can take advantage of tax credits and tax credit that will benefit the bottom line. The relax benefit that we can find and we can custom build to the needs of the business owners to make sure that all their needs and all the needs and plan go accordingly to what they want. Always thinking of and keeping in mind and keeping the employees happy and the business owners happy too.
Next up, we have Rachele.
Morning, everybody. My name is Rachele DeCrescenzo. I'm a physical therapist. My practice is the Healing Journey. I'm happy to announce I opened my new location at 11 Lower Center Street in Clinton this week. It's great. It looks awesome. I'm really happy about it. I start seeing patients there. We're starting Monday night yoga this coming Monday. I'd love to see you guys all there. We're hoping to be outside along the Raritan River, which is going to be gorgeous. If we'll be inside, if we need to, on the weather. I'm going to put a link in the chat, and anybody listening or on the call, if you go to my website, The Healing Journey, mfrpt.com, you can sign up for myofascial release sessions, also for yoga, and we're going to be doing a monthly guided group meditation and sound healing. And for yoga, for your first class, use the coupon code YOGA5OFF to get $5 off your class. So I hope to see everybody there. Thank you. And Tracy's next, and she's not here, so I'll just read for her. Tracy is the owner and founder of Slingshot Health Coaching. She's a functional nutrition and lifestyle practitioner, national board certified health and wellness coach, Amen Clinic brain health specialist, and AAC mental health coach. She works with families struggling with mental health and wellness challenges that Western medicine has not been able to explain or resolve. Together, they focus on functional nutrition and lifestyle support through personal exploration, education, and various therapies while navigating relational healing for a truly holistic experience. Tracy empowers families to reach their fullest potential, and you can find her on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and at slingshothc.com. Next up is Jessica.
Jessica, I don't believe, is here today. We have Maggie.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Maggie Morris. I'm the owner of Prim Bookkeeping. I offer bookkeeping and payroll services to small businesses. I am located in Bridgewater, but my service is virtual, so I can help businesses all over the United States. You can reach me at Maggie at primbookkeeping.com or 908-403-2528. And next is Candido.
Good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Candido Rodriguez. I'm a financial planner, and we help and we thrive by helping business owners and individuals achieve their dreams or goal by building and creating a financial plan that set up the necessary steps for them to go further than they've ever been before. We do that by making sure that our goals and aspirations match our financial decisions, and we help our clients make sound financial decisions that make them feel more confident of the financial future. Whether it comes to education planning, retirement, we help them customize their needs to customize their need and help them live in today while planning for the future.
Next up, we have Wendy.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Wendy Kushnicki. I'm an independent consultant with Pampered Chef. I am your go-to kitchen guru for all of your cooking challenges. Whether you need some dinner time inspiration and you're looking for some new recipes, or if you need any products that will make it easier for you to get a meal on the table, I am happy to help. A good referral for me right now through the summer is anyone who is getting married. We do have gift registries. Also, anyone who is ready for that 25-year bridal shower when all of your kitchen stuff from your original shower is worn out and you need to update your kitchen products. Wendy Kushnicki, independent consultant with Pampered Chef. Next up is Tim.
Tim's not here today. Next up, we have Sue.
Good morning, everyone. I am Sue Bannon, not Wendy Kushnicki, as you can tell. I'm an independent stylist with Color Street, which are 100% dry nail polish strips that go on like a sticker, but they are 100% nail polish. Next week, Color Street is celebrating their 5th anniversary, so I'm sure we will have an interesting set that comes out. They usually do. I'm looking for anyone who wants to do an online party, an in-house party, busy ladies, busy moms who just don't have time to go sit in a salon and don't want to spend the money in a salon. Thank you. And next up is Lisa.
Lisa's not here today. I don't think I saw Don. So we're up to Richard.
Hey, my name is Rich Diacont. I'm an independent benefits consultant specializing in supplemental benefits. Supplemental benefits are important today more than they ever have been because the out-of-pocket costs associated with an accidental injury or some other type of a health event are escalating. We're all familiar with things like co-pays, deductibles, and co-insurance, but when something happens, things like groceries, rent, mortgage, car payments, other insurances, utility bills can also become a medically related expense. I represent AFLAC, and AFLAC supplemental benefits help folks with these out-of-pocket costs when something happens, as our benefits are paid directly to the policyholder and not to the medical professionals. I help people mainly through small businesses, so a good referral for me would be a small business owner with 5 to about 20 employees. That's the best way to get AFLAC, as that's where the best prices come from, as well as the widest range of products. And
excellent. Next up, Lisa's not here. Well, I don't believe we have any guests. So finally, we have Project Scholarship. What Project Scholarship is, it is a 501c3 that is heavily supported by Relax Teams. What the purpose is to help students and or individuals go from classroom to career with less debt. Originally, it was a 100% scholarship program, but we have actually included a now apprenticeship program where people can skip the college piece altogether and get certified, professionally certified, and get real world experience by doing projects for small and mid-sized companies, not just the big boys, and get the experience they need and get hired. So with that, go out to projectscholarship.org. We do have a couple projects that are just launched live. And that is it. That is for today. That is our session for Relax Teams. Feel free to join us. Welcome. All guests are welcome. Come to visit. Go to Relax Teams /CNJ, and you can link out to get to our Zoom link.